Before we start this episode, I'd just like to make a quick shout out to one of our most amazing fans, Ellie. Happy birthday. This one's definitely for you. And I'm super sorry this was kind of late. Anyway, to the episode. Pleasure to see you all once again. My name is 20-Sided Seth, and welcome to Team 20-Sided Presents To The Point Review. Today we're looking at Final Fantasy 15. For those of you simply looking for my score, I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10. It's an amazing game, it's a phenomenal game, and if you like Final Fantasy or just looking for a good RPG, I suggest picking it up. But for those of you wanting a little bit more detail, then stick around. To break a game down like this, we're going to go into 3 different categories. First off, going to be graphics and sound. The graphics of this game are amazing, and I can simply just show you right here in the footage. It is phenomenal. You feel like they actually spent 10 years working on it. It's enjoyable. Everything from the beaches to the city to like the deserty plains area to the road. It's all great. Characters look pretty cool. I love their design. They're each unique and they actually give more personality to them. The monsters are awesome. I love the design of even the most basic of things like a goblin. It looks amazing. As for the music though, it's not bad. It's definitely impactful when it needs to be, consisting of a lot of orchestras and electric guitar every once in a while when you get to an important boss. And while it does help set the mood and tone, none of the songs are anything that I would definitely, keep in my phone for later to listen to at, later times. But it does serve its purpose and it's not bad. It's that nice little positive of the middle ground. Next we move on to the story, and the story is actually pretty good. I know some people were kind of worried that it might have been a little too overcomplicated or just plain boring, but I found it to be rather enjoyable. It was simple enough on the outside where, you have a good versus evil kind of story, you've got a cute little romance in there that you actually start to feel for, honestly. But if you look deeper, if you decide to go deeper into the lore, reading little tidbits, finding these books along the way, crap like that, you find it's got a much more complexity to it, an interesting complexity at that. The biggest thing though that I have to add on to is the bro factor of this. These 3 dudes are your bros. They're amazingly cool characters. They seem like stereotypes on the outside, but the more you hang out with them, the more you learn they're deeper than that, and I personally enjoy that. There's development in the characters. They're not just keeping the same throughout the entire story, which is honestly very nice to see. It's been a while personally since I've had NPCs that join me on my journey that I actually give a damn about, and it's refreshing to see that here. Forgive me if the story thing was a little bit vague, but I can't really say too much without giving it away, and I don't really want to give anything away on this story. But we need to move on to the last component of this review, which is the combat. I loved the combat. It's an amazingly smooth combat system with parries, blocks, dodging, all that important stuff that you need to see. We're finally stepping completely away from the turn-based combat, except for one little element they added, which is actually kind of neat. The wait mechanic. Now, whenever you start up the game, you can choose between active and wait combat, which you can switch at any time if you don't like either or. The wait combat system, how it is sort of like in Super Hot, where whenever your character's not moving, time stops completely, giving you the ability to look over and, survey the entire battleground. The level up system gives you points that you add to these random different trees. But see, the thing is that everyone shares the same trees, everyone shares the same points. So you're sort of leveling up everybody at once or focusing on one individual, but you have to use the points that everyone's collected. It's not a bad system, it works out rather well. And even though, it seems like you might want to conserve your points and look over it carefully what you pick, honestly, I always had an abundance of points, enough where I was allowed to experiment with different things without having to worry too much about it. There's so many different weapon types, switching between weapons is quick. You can use any type of weapon that you want that's in the game, while your friends can use about 2 different types, a main weapon and a side weapon, but they're also allowed to use magic, while you can use whatever the hell you want. And the magic system is something I kind of want to talk about for a second. Unlike in standard Final Fantasy systems where you level up and you gain more and more powerful spells, how this works is you find base elements out there. Blizzard, fire, and electricity, and you're able to combine them along with random items to create new spells. I like this mechanic quite a bit because it allows for a very in-depth customization of your magic. For instance, I could put a potion on my fireball to make it heal me every time I cast it while also dealing damage to my opponents. Combo and use special moves with your friends. By activating a quick time event, like either your friend shoots, you can hit circle really fast and you'll shoot right after he does for that extra damage. You have these link combos. Whenever you're hitting it, your friend can join in with you and do these cool little animations for bonus damage. Within the gameplay, there's a number of side objectives, which I love quite a bit. Not just doing the hunter quests, where you go out, kill these monsters, get some good amount of gold and experience, and an item, of course, but you've also got secret dungeons out there. What's in those dungeons, though, I'll keep secret as to not spoil anything. But trust me when I say they're pretty worth it. Final Fantasy 15 is an amazing game. I'm honestly really happy about it. It's one of the few games I've seen that, with a long development cycle, actually came out to be pretty awesome. I suggest going out and getting your hands on a copy of it. I'm not quite sure if there's any DLC to be coming out, but I wouldn't be against getting some. This game's already large enough, but I'd love to see what they can expand on. I give Final Fantasy 15 a 9 out of 10. Go get it, and even if you're unsure, at least rent it. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoy this review. This is our first time ever doing this, but we're going to do Last Guardian when that comes out next week. I hope to see you all there. If you're looking for more Final Fantasy content, me, Darren, and Jyler are actually doing a full Let's Play of the game that you can find on our channel right now. And of course, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Good night, everybody.